Cooking with grease.
Right?
Allegedly.
Welcome to Just an Average Fantasy Football Podcast.
Oh, timing's all off. Yeah, we're a little out of whack.
That's okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, there it is.
About shot beer everywhere. All right. Welcome into Just an Average Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Hayes, with Matt Baker.
That's me.
Larry, the bus driver, Cowan.
Yo, what up?
You can find us at avgffpod.com, and from there you can go follow us at Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. You can definitely find us on Facebook Marketplace if you're really looking.
Facebook, YouTube. You can also find us on Spotify, on Apple, just about anywhere else you get a podcast. Go look us up. All right. Well, we're going to do a rookie mock draft, probably just 2 rounds, depending on the length. We might touch the third. We'll see how it goes. We're going to do it based off of a super flex 3 wide receiver format. And but before we get into that, let's get into some news. Super intense news.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely calls for David Njoku goes to the Chargers with a 1-year, $8 million. And I just want to say to all of the Rondé Gatson fans out there,
I don't know. I kind of feel good about it.
I don't.
I do. I
Not
like
for
it.
this season. I don't.
I'm fine with it, really, honestly. I think it's better. I mean, they'll run some two tight end.
How is Njoku stealing targets better for a Rondé
Better
Gatson?
for Herbert, maybe.
I don't know that Njoku's going to come in and steal a whole lot of targets, though. I mean,
That's what he does. He's not a blocking tight end.
Well, look at his career, though. Go look at his records. Like, pull up his stats and everything, and look at his one fantasy relevant year he's had, and the super hype he's gotten since that 1 year, and he's kind of fallen off. He's the Cooper Kupp of tight ends. He's legitimately.
I don't discount that. I still think I don't know that it's better. I think what you're really saying is that long term in this season, you don't think it's really going to over affect. I can't imagine a place that's better that he's there, but you're just saying you don't think it's going to affect.
No, I don't think it's going to hurt Gadsden except everyone's perception of his value. I don't think it's really going to hurt him on the field. I think
so. Maybe it's easier to get Gadsden.
I think it's going to be a lot cheaper to get Gadsden right now, and the thing. And I think he's going to be, if not the same, then better at the end of the year. If that makes sense. If you're going to spend on a tight end in that league, you can wait and grab Gadsden, and it's going to be either the same production or better, in my opinion.
What do you think, Bus?
I think we got to look at what the Rams are doing, right?
Yeah.
It seems
they got 25 like low end tight ends though.
Yeah. Well, and that's why all these teams are doing
Steelers too.
it.
The Steelers did it last year with Freiermuth and Washington and legend Jonnu Smith, who was also one that had a good year and then kind of fell off.
But you're talking about McVay and his 2 tight end sets is kind of revolutionizing why there were so many tight ends that were taken in the second round of the third rounds of this year's draft.
Definitely. Everybody wants that now. It seems like ever since McVay became a head coach, it's just whatever McVay does, just copy that, right?
Yeah. So it seems to be working. So let's just do what he does.
But who was the lead tight end for the Rams last year? Higbee.
He was injured most of the season.
Yeah, he got injured.
Colby Parkinson he was probably the most relevant throughout the year.
Yeah.
Ferguson's there, and he was the rookie last year that everybody's expecting to step up. What's his name? Came back the first one you brought up.
Higbee.
I wanted to say Zaxby. My brain was saying Zaxby, and I knew it wasn't Zaxby. But Higbee came back towards the end of the season after the injury, but wasn't really relevant. But Parkinson was. I had Parkinson on some teams, and he actually got some good weeks.
I think that's the system you got to look at and figure out, is it going to be that? Or are they eventually going to settle on the guy who gets the most work? And is it going to be Gadsden?
Yeah, Mike McDaniels is there. It's hard to tell really what he's going to do. as far as offense, because if you look at his time with the Dolphins, what he did offensively down there it was different. He started out as that down the field wide receiver, Tyreek, Waddle, get the ball to him, and then you had that 1 year with not Eric Ebron. That's not who the tight end was.
No.
The Joker.
Ingram.
There it is.
Evan Ingram.
Hey.
I was still stuck on Ebron. I was like, what? Haven't heard that name in a minute.
Look, they have similar initials.
No, yeah, I get where you get that, but
We may talk about Ebron when it comes to Kenyon Sadiq.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, I've heard that comparison elsewhere as well. But and then you had the 1 year where Evan Ingram balled out. Man, they just dumped it off. So it's going to really depend on what kind of offense they want to run there and what he's going to do. It could be where everybody gets fed in their high-flying type offense, and they're putting up ass loads of points. But their defense really is going to be pretty good too. So we'll see how that plays out. I don't know. I'm a little nervous as somebody who has Gatz. I'm not in the long term. I think Gatz is going to be great, and if he can learn from Njoku, that would be awesome.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then, we'll see. Other news, I don't know how to feel about this either, because generally when a running back gets paid, you're happy in Dynasty. But Breece Hall gets paid 3-year, $45.75 million contract with the Jets. God. He is now the third highest paid per year running back behind Saquon Barkley and I don't know, some other guy that's probably pretty good. And so, they paid him enough that it matters. He cried when he signed it. They were happy tears, according to him. I think they were sad tears because he's like, shit, I'm now committed to the
Jets. Really? I was hoping somebody would get me off of.
So, I think overall, it's the best case scenario. If he's going to be on the Jets, that they've committed to him. So that means maybe they'll say, hey, we have a top 5 type talent at running back. Let's utilize that.
Yes.
That's ideal, and that's what it should be. But it's the Jets.
That's exactly right. And that's the most concerning part of it is that it's the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at their team on paper, outside of quarterback, obviously, which there are reports too that Russell Wilson is trying to decide between going to the Jets or going to TV.
Yeah.
So, it could just give
God,
you
please go to the Jets. God, please go to the Jets.
You'd rather have him over Geno?
At least I won't have to see him every week.
Oh, on TV? Yeah.
I don't know if I can deal with the high knees and stuff on TV.
Him
I
trying to sell
up
us
with
the
so much
Danger
of-
Witch. But and so I don't know. If you look at the Jets on paper, they have talent. They've got talent at least with Garrett Wilson. They have young talent with Mason Taylor and with Breece, who's still fairly young, and Garrett, offensively. And then on defense, they've been a very good defense for a long time. They have very good. Sauce isn't there anymore, obviously, but they still have pretty good defensive players. So it's like if they weren't the Jets, they would be looked at as a team that could potentially make some noise. But everybody's like I made that mistake last year thinking they were going to do something. I won't make that mistake again. But I just hope that Breece has some fantasy viability this year that's in accordance with at least most of his talents.
Yeah.
I think he will. I don't think it's going to be anything spectacular. I'm not
Are you
betting
saying
on
top 15?
Actually, that sounds about good, right? Between 15 and 10, somewhere in there.
I can live with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I see him in.
Like he may have the talent to be top 5,
Yeah.
but it's the Jets, so it's probably never going to materialize.
Well, yeah, and like how many points were we really thinking they're going to score, and and all that crap.
yeah.
And then how much are they going to try to use the backups there? Braylon Allen is still there, plus Isaiah Davis is still there, and so those are both decent backs, and so they're going to be stealing touches.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, Jacoby Brissett still absent, but there's talks going on. So there was some rumors that Aaron Rodgers was thinking about going to Arizona. I think that was just a leaked story to get Brissett to the bargaining table.
Well, you know what it was? Mark Schlereth actually mentioned that on his podcast, and I guess Aaron heard that and went to the beach wearing a Cardinals sweatshirt. So now they're like, it's true.
Oh, God. Aaron Rodgers turning into a troll is
absolutely.
Just crazy. And speaking of Aaron Rodgers, he is talking to the Steelers, so I do expect him to come back one more season for the Steelers. I think that was in his plan all along. If you go back before he even signed with the Jets, there was like thoughts that he would be going to the Steelers. So, but now that Tomlin's gone, because I think him and Tomlin were tight. Who knows? All right. Well, there's the news. So from there, we're going to get ready and do.
Oh man, you don't want to bring up the only one that I don't like.
Oh, what is that?
Jawan Jennings signing with the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Back to the number 3 role.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, but I'm worried that he's going to be in the number 3 and somehow put up number 2 numbers every fucking week for some weird reason.
That's possible.
That's what he did with the 49ers for like ever last year and the year before.
So you think Addison's going to drop?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the Vikings,
me.
they're saying that McCarthy and Kyler are going to compete.
Hopefully it's in like a who's the shortest competition or something.
Well, Kyler wins.
I know. That's what I'm hoping for. For
unless
fantasy.
Diego Pavia shows up out there. Peter Dinklage is looking down on both of them.
Where did Pavia go? I forgot.
The Ravens.
Ravens. Yeah.
And then Johnny
Yeah.
Manziel came out and said that he's going to eventually take the starting job from Lamar.
Of course he would say that.
Yeah.
My kind of guy.
Yeah, trust me, I know guys like this. Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Yep.
All right, let's go roll into this mock draft. Oh yeah, play the bass. All right, I went ahead and kicked off the draft while the music was playing. Before I tell you what the first 2 picks are, I'll keep you in suspense, but I'll tell you where we are picking from. I'm picking from the 3. Baker is picking from the 4. And Larry is picking from the 7.
He forgot my name.
No, I was going to. I didn't forget your name. I was trying to remember because there's no 7 next to it. And I was trying to remember what number that was supposed to be.
It's a good thing you got multiple names. He can only forget one at a time. So you'll get called Buzz sometimes. You'll get Larry other times.
Yeah, and if it'll be
Smokey
Ramirez,
yeah.
and then Angry Goodell for
if we get too deep into it and he gets really lost, he'll just look at his screen.
I'll just look at my screen and go,
and call it
go ahead.
Angry Goodell.
Yeah. For that reason, I have so many names.
All right, so yeah, I'm picking 3. Baker's picking 4, and what's his face is picking 7.
It's what's his lips.
What's his lips is picking 7. So I went ahead and kicked it off. Of course, the computer went with the first 2 picks off the board: Jeremiah Love and Fernando Mendoza.
God damn it!
And so I'm left.
Not happening.
I'm left with an interesting decision here. You know, you got Cornell Tate, who I think is probably. Tyson was my best receiver pre-draft, but it's hard now because I think Tate is. I really think he's in a good spot, being the number 1, where Tyson's going to have to compete for targets. But Tyson's in a really good offense over in New Orleans, and their pace of play, the amount of plays they run, and if Shuck takes that next step forward and that offense takes that next step forward, then just the volume could push Tyson up to a better receiver, based off of what they're probably going to try to do in Tennessee, and where they're not going to probably score as many points. So it's a little bit of decision here. I've taken Tate everywhere else that I've had this option, so I'm going to go different here, and I'm going to take Jordan Tyson off the board there at the 3 hole, which leads Baker. You are now picking 4. I know what you want to do, but I'm going to let you tell everybody because I feel like I know what you're going to do.
Well, I mean, I've went a couple different ways. I've actually, crazily enough, I've had the 3 overall in 2 drafts so far this year, and I went a little deep on one just because of my team needs.
You no.
Oh no, I did. I don't get to go deep very often, and when I
know. I've
take
spoke
the
with your
chance.
wife.
Well, I take the chances when I can. I had a team that was like in shambles for running back, and I grabbed Price at this point right here, and I kind of like the landing spot for him there.
He's been shooting up ADP.
He has.
And he looks good already, training and practicing everything.
Yeah.
It's the Seahawks are one of those teams where I always hate their running backs, but they always seem to do good, if that makes sense.
True.
Like dating back to like Chris Carson and even like Rashad Penny, they seem to get these backs that not a lot of people have a lot of faith in, and all of a sudden they're freaking finishing 3 and 6 and 8 every week. I don't want to lose that.
Why not 3, 6, and 9? Damn, she fine. Suck it to me one more time.
I don't know. I just went with
low.
8 because it
Cranberry
felt good.
wine.
But also too, my other draft where I had the 3, I took Lemon in this spot, like just because I like Philadelphia, and I really do think they're going to get rid of AJ Brown.
Yeah,
and he could easily be good, but Tate's never been left for me. And I haven't taken him.
Well, if Price was, or if Tyson was there, would you take Lemon over Tyson?
I would personally.
I probably would. I'd probably take him.
So I'm the odd man out with Tyson.
Well,
of the three of us.
Not me. I think that while I love Devonta Smith, I don't know that he can be the one, but I think Lemon can come in and take over the one spot. Where I don't know that Tyson's going to come in and take over the one from Olave.
I don't either. I just think
sense.
that the volume there with that offense will help.
It could definitely pick up.
But I think that Bus's bias towards New Orleans probably keeps him from taking Price.
That's probably
that is very true.
From taking Tyson.
Yeah.
Tyson, I mean.
Well, and he played at Colorado under Sanders.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, like, I feel like that offense, I can't really say it's kind of gimmicky, but something just abnormally props up the players.
Well, it produced a rookie Pro Bowl quarterback last year, sir.
By proxy.
I don't know who Proxy is, but
well, she put him in there. Just know that.
But yeah, so I can't pass up on Tate because, like you said, I do feel like Tate's in a perfect place to be the guy and do a lot of this, and it's more secure at this juncture today than I think Lemon is. If they came out right now and said AJ Brown was just traded to the Patriots or whatever, then I'd probably hit Lemon. But I'm going to take.
Well, my other problem with Lemon is when he does his press conference and does that weird thing with his head. So.
I like weird people too. It makes for an interesting life.
I think he was trying to do the Amon-Ra St. Brown.
100% is what he's trying to do. Yeah. So you go Cardinal Tate, and then of course Mekhi Lemon goes immediately, and then
of course
Jadarian Price. Like we said, it started the draft season. He was being drafted into the first, beginning of the second, and out of need, like you talked about, the fact that there's a very weak running back class and whatnot. He has creeped up boards where he's averaging around pick 5 or 6 now.
Well, and all the talk too of Charbonnet probably not being ready full force by week 1 and everything. So I mean that could lead him to being the guy.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
All it takes is 2 good games, and all of a sudden Charbonnet's delegated to what he was.
It's not like Charbonnet ever was like lighting up the field.
Exactly. So I mean, so he could easily be the top guy there and still finish 11, 12, 15, somewhere in that top area for a running back. So.
Well, you're on the clock here, Bus. You're looking at Concepcion, Sadiq Cooper are your top 3. Tell me what you're thinking here.
Well, it really depends on if this team is tight end needy or not, which I personally don't have a lot of faith in Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah.
Okay. We mentioned Eric Ebron earlier. Is that your comp?
Yeah, I mean, look, O.J. Howard is another one.
Yeah. Well,
it has worked out in the past, like Vernon Davis. And you can say what you want about Kyle Pitts, but these athletic freaks, who's our white boy that went to Miami and ended up north? I want to say Durham Smythe, but not Durham Smythe.
No, the other one.
The
one that can't block.
Yeah.
Like Gesicki. Yeah. The one that can't block. He can catch, but he can't block.
Dulcich and Gesicki, I'm convinced they're the same guy.
Yeah, they are too.
Have you ever seen them in the same place?
Nope.
Exactly.
I've not paid attention enough.
But yeah, if I was really tight end needy, I would be looking at Sadiq just for the off chance that one of these athletic freaks that actually works out in the NFL. But it's almost rare at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
it
based
is
off of the comps that you were given to him, it's crazy because you talked about Ebron and you talked about OJ Howard and based off of his production profile, he has the worst production profile of a first round tight end since those two. And we know how they turned out. OJ Howard never had a year. At least Ebron had a year.
True.
And with Lions, I think it was was that Stafford's
With
last year?
Stafford, yeah.
And then so it's definitely an uphill battle. You just got to hope, because he's an athletic absolute freak, that they figure out how to use him. But again, we're talking about the Jets.
Exactly.
And that's
that
another thing
is
too,
another
like
problem.
targets,
And they have Mason Taylor.
Yeah, exactly.
Who will probably be the lead role at least at the beginning of the season. I think it's going to take some time for Sadiq to develop.
Yeah.
I am actually going with the Texas A&M product in KC Concepcion.
I like the name.
Yeah.
It's a cool
great,
name.
right?
It's a really cool name.
It reminds me of Dave Concepcion, who used to play baseball for the Dodgers.
It almost sounds like Recepcion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It sounds like if Adam Sandler put him in the Hanukkah song. You got Concepcion, get in Recepcion. I don't know. That was the best I got.
It worked.
Well, that was he's a Cleveland player, so that's a little scary too, being on that team. But I do like Concepcion. I love his route running for this mid to end of the round receiver. He's probably the best of that next tier after Mekhi Lemon, I think, in my opinion. Yeah, I definitely have him above Cooper and Jeremy and all those guys. So then Sadiq goes to team 8 after that, which I kind of saw that. And then Cooper. Let's talk about Cooper real quick. Going to the Jets. It's like all these bad landing spots, but what do you how do you feel about Cooper as a prospect overall, Bus? And then what do you think about his chances of being able to secure that number 2 receiver spot with the Jets?
It's the Jets. Like, is there not enough said there? I don't know, man. I don't think he's a bad player. But also that's the one season wonder team. Now we've seen this work out with LSU. Coming from LSU, we had 2 great receivers come from the one season wonder team.
And a good quarterback.
Yeah. But for some reason it feels different with Indiana.
Yeah. I get that. I don't know. I just like the swagger that whole Indiana had. I hate the Jets.
I get it. It looks great. And people compare them to 2019 LSU.
Yeah.
It just, for some reason in my head, it doesn't feel right. I mean, there's a championship bias.
I think it's because Georgia didn't win.
That could be also.
That
a little bit
a big part of it.
A little bit.
Let's see.
But the NFL has a championship bias. If you notice that, every team that wins the championship has most of their roster that is available drafted and fairly early every
really
season.
Early,
yeah. Well,
And,
you get that experience of being in high impact games. The one thing that Indiana did do is they beat a lot of good teams and they marched through them and they dominated for the most part. So I think as a scout, you see that too, and you go, I don't know if Mendoza's not necessarily the greatest athletic quarterback we've ever seen, but damn, he showed a lot of fortitude, and Concepcion showed a lot of fortitude, and these guys showed a lot of fortitude and stuff in very tough, meaningful games consistently. So I think that probably has something to do with it.
Tell that to Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
I'm not saying it's always
It
the
doesn't
case.
always work out.
It's not super consistent, but it does happen.
Well, only if Clyde Edwards-Helaire would have went to a good team that had a good offense. Oh, wait a minute.
or a team that likes to throw the ball to the running back. Oh, fuck.
Wait a minute.
After Cooper at 10 goes Ty Simpson. I think we've talked a decent bit about the insanity of that pick, but if you're in Dynasty, you have to draft the draft capital if you're in a super flex and just hope that in a year or two he means something to your team. Denzel Boston also to Cleveland, playing against with Concepcion there. Jonah Coleman, this is the one I really wanted to talk about. He has definitely been shooting up draft boards. Again, it's a lot to do with the scarcity of the position this year, but also the offense and this idea, even though it hasn't really come to fruition since he's started coaching again, but this idea that Peyton utilizes running backs in a very meaningful way, and you keep hoping that somebody is going to step up and grasp the reins of that running back room in Denver and become the next Alvin Kamara type receiver. But I don't think personally that Sean Payton is running the same offense that he ran back when he had Drew Brees and those players. I think he's running more of a get the ball. You look at the receivers they have on that team and what they're able to do. It seems like that a lot of what they would get to these running backs in New Orleans in space, they're getting to receivers in space, and they're not really utilizing the receivers. You think that could be, Baker, you think that could be because they don't have the running back talent, or is it because this is what Sean Payton wants to do with this, and maybe we're just all hoping for a dream that's never going to happen?
I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of J.K. Dobbins, but that dude is a extremely talented running back.
Thank you. I was about to get mad.
He's a broken person. Like, I don't know. He can't stay healthy.
Physically,
yes.
Not
He
mentally.
He's exceptionally.
that dude,
seems to be mentally strong.
He is
Yes.
to fight through everything he did
and
to keep coming back.
Yeah, I
and
know.
being successful.
And that's
with it.
another reason why I'm getting more and more on the J.K. Dobbins train, because it's like he comes in.
Don't get on it too hard. You don't want to put too much strain on him. All right, he needs less people on that.
Well, I just
train.
said I can't go that deep. So I mean, but I'm becoming a really big fan of J.K. Dobbins. I'm still scared to draft him where I think a lot of people are going to draft him in pre-draft, but because you're only truly getting like 10, maybe 12 weeks, and I think people draft him a little early for me to be comfortable with that. But that's a hard one to beat out.
Yeah,
even as a rookie.
Well,
and then,
no, not necessarily, because you just got to wait till he gets hurt.
well, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, but if you hold out till week 10 or week 12 and then you get to start, by that time we're drafting the rookie and JK too early. If that makes sense, like
that's true.
It's hard to really justify, where you want to draft these guys, and then of course like about RJ Harvey, who I'm really not a fan of last year.
Nah,
Like, it wasn't
he's the next-
super impressive. I mean,
RJ Harvey, you mean Justice Hill?
yeah, exactly. Like he had a couple good catches, he had a couple good runs. It was just it seemed more luck than it was like any kind of skill.
If he had a
just
great
was
beard,
open.
he would just be the next Samaje Perine.
He would definitely need a beard. So I mean, this guy's cool. My problem with this guy is his size. I mean, he's a shorter statute
bowling
guy,
ball,
and
though.
he's heavy. Like he's a big shorter guy, and I don't. They don't
a big
really
short guy.
He
I love
really-
that. I love that.
It's perfect. Like
He's a bowling ball.
You remember Mike
Yeah.
Tolbert, the fullback that the Panthers had for a while? I think,
Oh, yeah.
I think he was LaDainian Tomlinson's fullback for a little while. That dude was a bowling ball.
Was a bowling
he was like
ball?
5'8", 240.
this guy's 5'9", 228.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
he's a shorter statue, bigger guy, and that's I try to jump that and like, hey, that's going to be good, but it ended up not working out really well long term.
Right.
And he's not going to beat out J.K. Dobbins in the beginning of it. RJ Harvey's probably still going to get shares somehow.
Yeah.
But
Isn't
it's
McLaughlin or one of those guys still there?
probably they don't like let any of those guys go away. They're like, look, we'll give you $50, just hang out in the backfield for a little while. I mean, it's crazy with what Denver does with that.
Yeah.
If they don't have the one guy that can do it all, they have three guys that do some, so
Now, to his credit, I will say that Jonah Coleman kind of reminds me of Cam Scatterboo in a way.
Well, yeah.
So
they're
he's
short and big.
Yeah.
and is
Coleman does not catch passes.
and that's,
So that's the opposite of Scatterboo.
Yeah. Well, as far as running style,
Yeah, I get it.
this
Yeah.
guy is not afraid to just bowl through the line.
and just
Yeah.
tucks down and runs,
Yeah.
and that could be a good thing for a couple weeks. So maybe we I don't know. This whole backfield scares me. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Even if they do run this Alvin Kamara style backfield with Sean Payton, I don't know that any of these guys can be that outside of J.K. Dobbins, and he's going to eventually become injured. If that makes sense.
Gotcha.
It's just it's hereditary at this point.
Remember that year that Kamara, Ingram, and Adrian Peterson was there?
Holy
Saints.
shit, with the
I
Saints.
forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot Adrian Peterson was with the Saints.
That was
Yep.
the year that Kamara took over, and Peterson left because he was so pissed off at Sean Payton for not playing him.
Just walked off.
Yeah, so I assume Sean Payton's going to just pick one of these guys, and that's our guy, and the hell with draft capital.
I would hope that and that Dobbins is going to be the best, and I hope that's the option they go with. But if history has proven anything, by week 10, one of the other guys is going to start. So if you need a guy for the championship week, you might want to draft this guy just in case you need him.
It might be a Baker's bottom.
Exactly. I might be like, look, Dobbins has made it to week 12, so we need to start looking at his replacement right now.
Well, the next two picks starting in the second round, the first pick was Eli Stowers, tight end that went to the Eagles.
Yeah.
And then Chris Bell, which is interesting because I don't think Chris Bell is going to start the season. I think he might start the season on PUP. He's coming off an injury. He was considered I think had he stayed healthy in college and not had the injury, he would have been in the same talks as I think up there in that upper talks with Tyson, Tate, and Lemon. If not, he definitely would have been in the right there with Concepcion. Do you know a ton about Chris Bell?
Not a lot. I didn't watch a lot of Louisville myself. I mean, I know of his tales, I guess, but yeah, I didn't watch a lot of him play in person or anything, or on TV rather.
Yeah,
but,
the film that I watched, I mean, he's a very good receiver. He just, the injury, what he's going to be able to do starting the season injured, trying to compete down there in Miami. I mean, I guess there's not a ton that he's got to worry about. There is opportunity there. It's just
for the number 2 role. Yeah, obviously he's not taking over.
Well, who's the number 1
in Miami?
Yeah.
Malik Washington.
Yeah, because Waddle's in Denver.
Yeah, and Tyreek's
maybe
retired.
You're right. I haven't really thought about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's
Malik. You got Malik Washington. Pull up their depth chart, bro. Their depth chart.
Jalen Tolbert's there now.
Jalen Tolbert's there.
Dang, maybe he will be.
Tutu Atwell. You can't count Tutu out.
It just glossed over my head. Like, nah, they got at least 2 good wide receivers ahead of him.
Terrence Marshall's there. We can't discount that.
All right, I guess I'm all in on Chris Bell.
The problem is that he might miss the first 6 weeks, so that's the real problem. Stowers is interesting to me just because Goddard's there and he's okay, but he gets hurt a lot and
he's old.
I like Stowers more on a production front from coming out of college than I did Sadiq.
Absolutely,
I think Sadiq is a far more athletic freak than Stowers, but Stowers definitely had more of the production profile and seemed more stable. So that's, I think of the 201, if you were a team that was tight end needy and you were able to get him in the second round and then let someone else take a chance on Sadiq, I think that's a pretty decent play.
And definitely, I feel for future it's going to work out because Goddard, like you said, injury, he's old. He signed a 1-year deal in this offseason. So, I mean, he's not going to be there forever. So it'll be an easy stepping stone for Stowers to come in, learn a little bit from Goddard.
Yeah.
And then by next year, maybe the year following, but, by next year, this guy's a top talent in the tight end.
Listen, if Kenyon Sadiq didn't show out at the combine the way he
did,
then Stowers would have easily been the number 1.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, I'm looking at Jeremy Bernard. I don't want him. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because his name's Jeremy. If it's because he went to the Steelers.
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know. As far as what else is here, I like Surratt more than him. I even like Antonio Williams more than him, and that's crazy. I know because that would definitely be reaching to go get Antonio Williams here. Talk to me about Jeremy and tell me what your thinking is, because I think this guy's going to be. I think he's just going to be a receiver that a Jalen Naylor type dude. We're just never going to be anything more than that.
Listen, the thing about Alabama is they had 2 star wide receivers this year. He was not supposed to be the number 1, but he was so much better than Ryan Williams that he took over the number 1 role from him. Ryan Williams is like a guy at Ohio State, that showed out as a rookie. Was it Jeremiah Smith?
Yeah.
Is it Jeremiah? Okay, but
he was a top recruit out of high school.
Yeah, exactly. But Jeremy transferred in and took right over that role. And coming from Ty Simpson, I actually think he did more than he should have because of the quarterback play. I saw him as a star, and he has developed. Kalen DeBoer, he is a great developer of quarterbacks and wide receivers and even running backs to some extent, even though Jam Miller was a horrible failure this past season. I like Jeremy Bernard, and I think he's going to go into the NFL and at least be serviceable. I don't think he's going to fall off a cliff. I don't think he's going to be buried on a depth chart at any time. I think if you need a good wide receiver, this is your guy.
Yeah.
So
you like him better than Surratt at Baltimore? See, I'm higher on Surratt.
He has a chance. Surratt has a chance to be the number one.
Over Zay?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Zay's not really a true number one receiver.
Nah.
type.
Yeah.
He's just been the number one because
That's the best thing
Yeah,
because
they've-
Rashad
yeah.
can't be the
Yeah.
number one. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm probably
He
going to go
wasn't
Surratt
drafted to be
here.
the number one.
You
Yeah.
almost sold me on Jeremy. I feel better about him than I did before. Listen, I'll tell you what I'm not doing. Here's who I don't want. I don't want Singleton. I don't want a 5th round running back just because there's opportunity in Tennessee. I don't feel good about Singleton. I don't feel good about Johnson having to play behind Kenneth Walker in Kansas City. So I'm not going for either one of those guys. I like Chris Brazzell. But I don't think Carolina is a place that's going to, with Coker and stuff there, and their offense is not predicated on a ton of passing.
Yep.
So it's just not enough mouth to feed. So there's the pathway to Brazzell's success, I don't think is as clear or concise as Bernard, Surratt, or even Zachariah Branch.
I'd be really worried about Brazzell. Small school guy,
Yes.
And
Antonio Williams. See, those guys
Yeah.
all, I think, have a brighter future. So I actually was considering Zachariah Branch here, but I'm going to go Surratt here with the 3rd pick in the 2nd round, and now it is to Baker, who you have essentially all the same choices that I just had, minus
without
Surratt.
Which cool thing was I wasn't even really looking at Surratt. So not that I don't like him, but I don't know this. We're always trying to chase where you get the best fantasy upside.
Yeah, you're looking for opportunity, pathways, and offenses, and how many times what's the passing pie going to look like, and it's all that you're trying to calculate all that.
I did that by. Oh, that was you. God damn, this thing was so slow. You selected your pick,
Yeah.
and you're talking, and I went back a screen,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it took a pick, and I thought it took mine.
Oh, your phone
I thought
finally
I
caught up to the
accidentally
draft,
Yeah, I thought I accidentally drafted some insanity.
which you have been
but-
known to do.
No, no doubt at all. I guess I got.
Then this
Like-
is that right there
Yeah.
is basically this year's
This
rookie
year's
draft.
yeah.
We're 3 picks into the 2nd round, and it's like,
I like Bernard. I don't care for where he ended up. DK Pittman, they just
Yeah.
signed Pittman. I mean,
yeah.
there's a lot of competition.
future
and
pick.
It's
It is
going to be
100%, and the
a 2-3
passing
year
pie
out.
is not going to be great with
Whoever's going to be
Yeah,
quarterback.
yeah.
Yeah. Singleton, I'm not a fan of Singleton, but I do think that he could probably get some touches this year, maybe next year, because I'm not a big fan of Pollard. He's had some good years, don't get me wrong, but
shit. He was what?
aging.
Where did Pollard finish top 15 last year? Didn't he? Pretty sure he might finish top 10.
He was pretty high.
yeah, it was probably pretty high, but I think that was probably based on more their defense sucked, or because Cam Ward had to hand the ball off all the time, or he had a lot of opportunity. I didn't watch a lot of the Titans games. I'll be honest. I'm just guessing here.
I think it's going to be a 3-way battle for that number 1 spot.
It really could. And Pollard's probably going to come out on top. I like Spears as pass. He's a 3rd down back. I don't think he's going to be any more than that. But this guy's he's built to be a running back. But I don't know that he's going to come in and take over and be a guy. I don't know. Brazzell, like you said, there's way too many mouths to feed at Carolina and not enough people that have spoons, I guess.
I mean, the one thing about Singleton, he did catch over 100 passes in college for almost 1,000 yards receiving total, which is a lot for a college receivers.
For a college running back.
He did, he was fairly productive. So I don't know. And like you said, he is built, 6 foot, 224 pounds.
He's what I like to look for in a rookie running back personally, because it kind of fits. It could fit any of the role, and as long as he's athletic, you can kind of, it's not just this short guy is only going to carry the ball at the goal line.
I just
and
hit
all
the
this
draft
stuff.
capital is what it boiled down to.
And that's another thing too. They didn't spend a lot on him, so what are they really going to utilize him?
You see it all the time with these. Even if he has a good year, the year after that, if they have a decent pick and there's supposed to be better running backs next year, they'll just replace him.
And all of a
he
sudden
could
he's
have.
done.
He could be. Our broke records, and he got replaced.
Exactly.
So, that's the other thing.
I mean, exactly. I mean, James Robinson was undrafted, had an amazing
Great year,
and then nobody heard of him again.
Yeah, and Bucky.
Nobody even knows
Bucky's
about him.
was a late round pick, and at least it seems like Tampa's still trying to ride with him. But
And
I hope so.
It's still early to really say. We don't know. The NFL does some fickle shit sometimes, but I'm reaching a little
fickle
bit.
shit. That's a good band name. Sorry.
That would be a cool band name. But I'm gonna reach a little bit, and I'm grabbing Zachariah Branch here.
Okay.
I like
Do it.
Zachariah Branch. I don't know. There's Drake London and of course Kyle Pitts
and nothing else.
And there's nothing else really
he
there.
fits a
really,
need in Atlanta.
Yes.
I think if you look at the offense that Stefanski wants to run, he has utilized this type of receiver.
Yeah.
And Branch is a guy, you give him a ball 5 yards from line of scrimmage, he can take it to the house anywhere, anytime.
And it's an upside pick, I think. Like, this is something I can grab here and could be worth a first round pick eventually. We find out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not mad at. We talked about it last time about Zachariah Branch, and I kind of had him on my radar.
Ew, gross.
Yeah, no, I like it. I really do. I like the pick, and I mean, hopefully it turns out good. But this is where it becomes more opportunity than anything else, I guess. So.
All right. Well,
I've determined that those guys that said that probably,
gross.
I think they just hate the SEC.
Most
listening to
likely.
them.
Yeah.
Jeremy Bernard does go off right after Branch, and then Singleton does go to Team 5 with the 6th pick. Is that right?
Yeah. Team 6.
Team 6 with the 6th pick.
They took Price and Singleton.
Yeah,
these guys
they're
are stacking backs, man.
They're like, we're going to roll. One of these bitches are going to hit. All right, and then we roll over here to Angry Goodell sitting here with the 7th pick.
Yeah.
Tell me what you're looking at. So,
well, my two guys that I was eyeing was definitely Jeremy Bernard and Zachariah Branch. Yeah, I would have absolutely taken one of those at this point.
My bad. I mean, still your pick.
Yeah, you really did.
My bad.
Sniped him.
Listen, I'm not looking at any of these running backs, that's for sure. Mike Washington is intriguing, but look where he's at.
Yeah, you kind of,
dude, 6'2", 228. And what did he run? He ran like a 4.3 something.
I think it was really.
It was pretty 4.33.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest thing where it's just like, but he's not taking Genty's job.
Nah, not at all.
Not this year anyway.
Yeah.
They're going to give him at least one more year. If he blows ass like he did last year, then they might be like, time to move on.
Emmett Johnson, I have no faith in that running back system. And I mean, how long has it been since they've had a legit superstar running back?
Since Kareem Hunt, before he got in trouble and they got rid of him.
Kareem Hunt the first time.
Kareem Hunt has been their superstar back for 10 years.
It really has.
I wouldn't say Pacheco was ever a superstar, but Pacheco had a really good year.
Pacheco had a good year.
He did great for like a 6th-round guy?
Yeah.
7th round, whatever he was, yeah.
And I think they just liked him because he punished the earth, and for some reason they thought that was a good thing. Because Pacheco, the EPA has been looking for him for how hard he steps when he runs.
McKissick was there too, right? Or McKinnon?
Yeah, it's
Which one of them motherfuckers was there? Always getting all the points.
I want to say at least it may be a chance that both of them were there at one point.
I think McKissick was Washington and McKinnon was the Chiefs.
McKissick was San Francisco.
Or maybe it was San Francisco.
No, now I'm confused. I think you're right.
I know
think
for a
McKissick
second
was
I hated
Washington.
them all.
Yeah, because you had beef with whoever was at San Francisco. You had beef with them.
There was one of them
because everybody kept hyping him up that year.
And I'm like, why do people like this guy? He's not even that good.
And then the other one, I think it was McKissick, was at Washington, and it just your beef transferred over because they had similar names.
The Mick names. Like if you can order them at McDonald's, they shouldn't be playing football.
Let me get the McKissick, large McKissick.
Yeah, let me get
fries.
a large McKissick with fries or a large McKinnon with fries.
You know what? I'm looking deep down here. There's two intriguing picks, man.
Oh, I know. Wait a minute. I'm going to see if I can guess one of them.
All right.
Did they play for Tampa?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you talk about that one.
Ted Hurst is, man, it is a reach at this point in the draft. It really is. But Ted Hurst has a chance to be the next Mike Evans. Like I said last week, I don't know who I was talking about, but people hate when you compare a new guy to some superstar of the past. I said it about Zach Branch when we were talking about Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, exactly.
He fits the athletic profile. Well, Ted Hurst fits the Mike Evans athletic profile.
Big, strong, fast.
And look at how much Tampa has utilized that guy over the past decade.
Well, we were talking before how the offensive coordinator for Tampa has come out and said that's why they drafted him.
Exactly.
They drafted him to be the Mike Evans replacement. They want him to be that X receiver who goes after 50-50 balls and they can target around the end zone.
Yeah. But
hopefully he can do that talent-wise for them.
I would guess it's one of those guys, though. It's going to take maybe a full season to develop, maybe 3/4 of a season. It's not going to be you plug him in week 1 for sure. But there is a guy on here that you could possibly do that depending on how it plays out the rest of the offseason. That is Antonio Williams out of Clemson.
Yeah, that's who I was considering way back in the third. So I love Antonio Williams. I love the opportunity there. I will be a little concerned if they do re-sign Debo.
Yeah, that would be upsetting if they did. If you take Antonio and they re-sign Debo, you're like, probably not going to get quite the numbers out of it.
At least this year, but.
Yeah.
Well, talk to me about Antonio. Tell me why you like him, what it is about him.
A great number 1 receiver for Clemson. And Cade Klubnik, it's another one of those things where you see a bad quarterback and a superstar wide receiver.
You mean future starting quarterback for the New York Jets, Cade Klubnik?
He might actually be. But doesn't everybody become a starter for the Jets, at least for a few games?
Yeah. I'm scheduled week 6. They told me to just show up week 6. I can start that week. And I was like, all right, I ain't got nothing going on.
Listen, Cade Klubnik is not a superstar. He's not elite. He may have a chance to develop if he gets under the right coaches. But for Antonio Williams to be as productive as he was in that Clemson system, and Dabo Swinney is not a prime developer of talent.
No, Dabo is a blowhard.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the guy has a chance. Terry McLaurin is known to miss quite a few games sometimes. So there could be some point in this season where Antonio Williams takes over.
The only drawback I see is that they want to play him on the outside, and he played at least 75% of the snaps from the slot in college. So he was kind of a slot merchant there, but they think he can play the outside. They want him to play the outside, and so maybe he can. He was very productive from the slot in college, so that's good. So even if he does get relegated to the slot for them, that will be fine. He has to compete with McCaffrey's younger brother, which I think will be easier to take out Luke. But we'll see. There's a chance that he's their day 1 starter, the number 2 receiver, and I think that could be something. He's fast, so that's always a good thing too. So I like him a lot. And again, that's why I was considering taking him.
Yes, with all that being said, though, I'm taking Ted Hurst.
And he was taken with the 2-7.
Yep. So you went. Let's see. I didn't realize. Just tell him the thing screening. Tell me it's my pick in the 3rd. So you went Ted Hurst.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Brazzell went after that. So team 8 was like, yeah, we want Sadiq and Brazzell. They are drafting some dart throws.
Yeah.
Emmett Johnson goes after that at the 9. Mike Washington at the 10. Katron Allen. Wait a minute. Who the fuck is Katron Allen?
Oh, that's the Washington back. That's
because he went to Washington. Yeah,
that's another backfield that's
Antonio Williams then
kind of all over the place because Krosky Merritt is garbage.
Yeah. Katron Allen, he's another one that scares me just because he's such a late round pick, but he could have viability this year.
That's another one too that I don't know that they really know who their back's going to be. No. And there's some options maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I will say that Katron Allen was compared to Jeremiah Love a lot throughout the season.
Yeah.
Not that he's going to live
5'11",
up to it or
219.
anything.
Yeah, 5'11", 219. He's a little, but
Malachi Fields
not little,
goes with
but-
the 301. I like Malachi Fields too a lot, and there's an opportunity there with the Giants to get that. With Wandell gone, there's really no solidified number 2 receiver there. You project likely to come in and probably get those number 2 receiver numbers, but he's a tight end, so you don't really know who's going to play the outside opposite neighbors. Malachi Fields has an opportunity to do that, whether he can take it or not. This is a guy, and then the 302 is somebody I've been taking late in rookie drafts just because it's Pittsburgh. I don't really like Drew Aller's tape. I didn't see a ton on there that made it pop.
I don't like his name.
I don't even know if I'm
Aller?
pronouncing it right. Drew Aller.
Aller.
Hell, I just met her.
Yeah, I know.
But
I don't know. I can't draft an Aller. I don't know. I can't do it.
I wouldn't because
But,
he's not going to be the number 2. I don't think he can beat out Will Howard.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I mean, his passes were kind of garbage can. His accuracy is definitely something left.
It is kind of crazy, though, that they were nemesis in college. Drew Aller going to Penn State and Will Howard over at Ohio State.
Oh, wow.
They were definitely rivals, and now they have to play on
Now
the
they,
same
now
team.
they got to compete
But now they're
against each
still
other.
rivals.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
they are rivals.
technically,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
So I'm sitting here at 3. We will go ahead through the third round. We'll just run through this real quick because there's not a ton. Carson Beck, even though I hate his face, he's intriguing just because he's an Arizona quarterback, and I think he's going to be a complete failure in the NFL.
I want to say something, though. Before the end of last season, we were talking about what's going to happen with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
I actually said their starting quarterback is going to be Carson Beck on this show.
I thought it was going to be Malik Willis just because of the coach. God bless America. Who's the head coach of Green Bay? Starts with an L.
LaFleur.
Yeah, Matt LaFleur. His brother is now the head coach of Arizona. Therefore, I was thinking that there would be that connection where he's like, you got to get Malik Willis, and then there'd be preference there. So that's where I was at. I was wrong. But
Makes sense,
but like you said, Carson Beck does have a shot to be the starter, especially with all these contract talks with Brissett, and him being absent, and he's not present for the off-season workouts and stuff. So if Carson Beck can quit doing TikTok dances and get out there and focus on the field,
Is he
with his
jujuing out there?
annoying ass face.
Is he jujuing? Is that what you're telling me?
But I'm going to piss Baker off right here.
God damn it, I knew it. This son of a bitch.
I'm going to take Skylar Bell.
That's fucking, I hate you.
Who went to Buffalo. I think he has a great shot there to get some playing time this year. I'm not 100% sure DJ Moore is going to show up there and just dominate. He did not look great last year, whether that was a product of Chicago not utilizing him properly or a product of him falling off. We don't know yet. I like DJ Moore. I hope he is successful, but there is a more than 0% chance that DJ Moore goes up there and he turns into what these other receivers at the end of the career turn into, absolute nothing, and he disappears. So if that's the case, they're scrambling trying to find somebody. I think Skylar Bell has an athletic profile that could get him on the field and allow him to go out there. He's mainly played out of the slot again, so he's going to have to compete with Shakir.
Yeah.
But these guys that come out of college as slot guys, they figure out how to get on the field on the outside. And the way they motion these guys around all the time, it's like you can have guys start on the outside, and when they snap the ball, they're technically a slot receiver. So, it's just that one thing we know is Josh Allen doesn't need a top receiver to be dominant. And so it could just be that everybody just does okay, kind of like last year.
Yeah, it's and I think he's got a better shot than. I don't think Keon Coleman sees much time. I don't think there's a lot of these other guys that have been there. Trent Sherfield, or is it Sherfield?
Who's that guy? Shavers, Tyrell Shavers.
Shavers is there? Not Sherfield, but there's a lot of these guys in the last 2 or 3 drafts. They've drafted these tall, big guys.
At some point, they got to get it right?
And eventually, they got to pick somebody. So, but I like Skylar Bell.
They kept taking number 1 receivers like 3 years in a row. They finally landed on one.
Yeah, and he only
with Megatron.
Yeah, well, it might have been when they drafted Galladay. He lasted 1 year and he disappeared.
Galladay still had a better overall career than Your favorite receiver.
Yeah.
Who's that?
God damn it.
Come on.
With the 49er or with the Rams and then Seattle.
Cooper Kupp.
If you look at their
the
stats,
yardage and stats and everything,
Yeah.
Galladay hasn't played in 10 years now. Cooper Kupp is still not as good as Galladay was.
Yeah, they both had like one good year, but it's like I don't know. If you look at the numbers, it's crazy.
Damn, I never thought about that.
Yeah,
because Cooper Kupp was the leading receiver that year.
He won the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp has had he had one super dominant year, and then outside of that, he's been like a wide receiver 3, wide receiver 2 on weeks.
He beat out Debo that year.
Here's the meme.
Debo had a
The
hell of
meme
a
says
season.
a stat that just feels wrong. Kenny Galladay and former Triple Crown winner Cooper Kupp have the same number of 1,000-yard seasons.
Yep.
They
In
were
their
both,
careers.
and they were both drafted in
And
2017.
Cooper Kupp's been playing the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
And Galladay hasn't played since he signed the contract for $1 bajillion with freaking the Giants.
Yeah.
He got
I
paid,
mean, like he
and
got
then he
a
delayed.
stack, and he's like, you know what? I'm out.
I think that just shows how good Matt Stafford is, to tell you the truth.
Oh yeah,
Whoever he decides will be the guy.
Yeah, well,
exactly
that's week 8. I get to go be Matt Stafford's receiver. So,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna have a great week. I'll have 12 targets that week. He made Devontae Adams elite when he's 178.6 years old.
Try to tell y'all, you didn't listen. Look, you remember when I showed you last year that when there's a particular defensive end plays against the Chargers, they're the top that week.
Yes.
The same stat goes for whoever Matthew Stafford gets to throw to. You look at his receivers and you grab them. It doesn't matter who they are.
As long as they're starters, like
Puka Nacua.
Not Tutu Atwell or Weddington that I've been waiting to do. I have him on all my taxi squads. It's like I was looking at him in Bling. I was like, I think I got to drop this guy off my taxi squad. And I was like, no, I'll go drop Mitchell Evans because I had to go get my dude Drew Aller and put him on my taxi squad.
Hell yeah. Get that guy.
Future Steelers quarterback Drew Aller.
Man. All right, so now we're in the third round.
Want to be a Aller shot caller,
I hate
play
you for that.
quarterback for the
Look,
Steelers and a baller.
We're going to edit all that out because that's the worst thing you've ever said. And
I might have just got Baker to punch me in the face.
I'm telling you, things can happen. But now we're in the third round, and the third round is my least favorite round of this draft. And you took my only third round pick.
It's currently the third round, but if we go to the fourth, that will then become my least favorite. I'm generally after the second round, I'm on auto draft.
You took the only pick I'm willing to take in the third, and I've been taking him in the second most drafts. So
because you're like, I don't want none of these.
I'm
guys.
like, but I'm going to reach for this one. I'm going to take a shot in the dark because I feel like the dart throw, the opportunity, it could work out because he's behind old man Rivers and young man shithole. I'm going with Damon Claiborne here for Minnesota.
Ooh, yeah.
Late round pick.
He's one of my late round dart throws as well.
He's a late round pick, but again, I'm playing opportunity. I love Aaron Jones. That dude, I ride or die. I'm taking him
Jordan
all the time.
Mason to be a star this year, but he hasn't shown it.
Jordan Mason is one of those that's like you want it, but it just hasn't.
I need it.
It hasn't come up. And if it does, it does. It's not going to hurt me because this is a third round
Right.
But if it doesn't if he doesn't do good and this guy starts,
well, he's this year. Who was it? McBride? Is that who they took last year or the year before? That when the other bad threat where everybody's like, this McBride guy could get in there. He never got on the field. So we got another shot to try to get with Claiborne.
Eventually, one of the darts got to stick, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
You got to throw one.
If you throw enough, at least one of them will stick.
So I'm going with Claiborne right here, and just because I'm not willing to risk a lot of the rest of them, so.
All right. Well, my draft. There it goes. So you hit Claiborne. Carson Beck goes after that at team 5. Jacoby Lane. All right. Now you got to dig deep. We're going to see what you can do.
Oh my God. Yeah, this is abysmal at this point.
Right?
Hey Siri, what does abysmal mean?
Listen, let me say something about Garrett Nussmeier real quick though. This guy was an absolute superstar in the making.
Yeah.
He was going to be the number 1 overall pick this season, except he got a cyst on his spine and couldn't play after week 8 or 9, whatever it was. fell apart. But dude, going into the season, he was compared to Brett Favre. He was compared to Aaron Rodgers. He was compared to Joe Burrow.
Oh God! Finally, a quarterback that's not on the Packers.
That would have been so great if he did go to the Packers. But
Just names off. It's like,
He was compared to Brett Starr. He was compared to
holy shit. You
Bart
got
Starr.
it. Bart Starr. There it was.
Yeah.
but yeah, like I was just that would have been
There's
even more
one
hilarious.
more. There's one more. It's like a scrambling quarterback. I
He's
can't
only
remember.
got- he's only
what, was
got-
the, what was that other Packers great? The scrambling one that ran around. I don't know.
I thought that was the only 3 quarterbacks they've ever had.
Yeah.
Was Bart Starr.
Hell, that goes
Brett
back
Favre.
to the leather helmet era. Shit.
Like Bart Starr, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, yep, he's
Jordan
the Green
Love.
Bay. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jordan Love now, yeah. He's been compared to. That's what I was like, yeah.
Yeah, the guy is such a superstar, such a gunslinger. You could compare him to
George
Stafford.
Whitney Calhoun. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Curly Lambeau.
Curly Lambeau.
That's who they named the field after.
That's what I'm saying. They've been comparing this guy to all the Packers quarterbacks.
Lynn Dickey. He looks just like him out there.
Who can forget Lynn Dickey?
Oh,
yeah.
God.
So he had a cyst on his spine. So like, did it take him out of the game, or did
Yes.
it just slow
Oh, yeah.
his
He
production?
missed
Or
multiple
Yeah.
games.
okay, I don't keep up with college. Sorry, I'm trying to.
Well, so the start of the season, he was projected to be the Heisman winner. He was projected to be the first overall pick. Like, this guy was just a superstar in the making. But
Yeah.
that took him out. He was having a bad season before then because of the pain that he was already
Dealing
having.
with, yeah.
So, he
he's not
played
he's
through
not
it.
a Matthew Stafford. Then they didn't compare him to
Yeah,
him,
he
but he'd
would've
still be
kept
out there playing.
Yeah. He'd rolled out there in a wheelchair and just, hey.
That's how Stafford does it, and throws 10,000 yards every season.
Yep. So Nussmeier's not quite Stafford, I
I mean,
guess.
I will say if Nussmeier went to a better situation, he would
Yeah.
definitely have been way higher.
Yeah.
That's
And
the
Kansas
problem.
City hurts. Yeah.
I mean, these 10-year contracts, you're like, when is he ever going to see the field?
Well, but you know, to play devil's advocate, I mean, Patrick Mahomes did get hurt at the end of the last season. Now he's making a recovery, but we finally saw some human out of him.
You
Like,
know, he's got to figure out how to make the roster above Fields.
oh, that's true. He's got to beat out Justin Fields. Man, never mind. I'm sorry I spoke. I don't.
And then his type of injury, I guess you could call it an injury. It's a disease or whatever the hell you want to call it. Like,
Yeah.
that issue is like, we don't know if he's ever going to recover. So that ends up dropping him to
Another
the last
question
round.
mark. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
really thinking about it. Yeah.
But if he ever does and he gets a chance to be the starter, I think that will be a superstar eventually. But
He comes back off of it, and he comes back to what he's already shown he can do. He can easily. Yeah, I get that. That'd be nice.
I mean, I wouldn't take him right here just because you could get him in the last round. You
Yes.
you might
Yeah.
could get him off of free agency
After
in
the
your
draft's done, yeah, if you need to.
league. Who else we got? Oscar Delp is an intriguing pick because he
Former Jets, future Jets starting quarterback Cade Klubnik is there.
yeah, no.
You said former already. That dude, he's not even.
He's
First of
already.
all, they all become former at some point.
This dude's barely even put ink to his contract, and he's already the former
know-
starting.
You know who's still on the board though is
Le'Veon
Dazon
Moss?
Stribling.
No Stribling, yeah.
He is.
I mean, he was picked 44, 46
Yeah, he
overall.
was picked pretty high. Well, that's because they got rid of Jennings and needed somebody to replace him.
But
Oh no,
it's the
he was
49ers,
picked
though.
33rd overall.
Yeah,
Look at how
a
many
second round
high,
pick.
how many high picks they've had that they just refuse to use, and they'll use like a free agent.
Yeah, I
That's
get
true.
that, but still, if you're drafting based off of everything else, if I'm in the third round, I'm taking Stribling. He's the best dart throw
take
to
your
me
shots.
just because of that. But and
I
one
mean-
thing that Stribling brings to the table, he might be the best pass blocking wide receiver in this draft.
Yeah, that'll get him a lot of
I mean-
not passes.
I mean, not pass blocking. I mean, run blocking.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, he's a pass blocking man. That guy could. He's a pass.
If
Yeah,
he's blocking for passes, he ain't catching.
that's a fair point. That's right. I mean, he's the best run blocking wide receiver in
Which
this
will
draft.
also get him a lot of not passes. But
It'll get him on the field though.
keep
Yeah,
him out
true.
there. I don't know
True.
if you want to take a dart throw. I mean, to me, Adam Randall is kind of interesting as well.
I don't know why it says Le'Veon Moss is not available on mine.
Not available?
Yeah. Because if Devon Achane goes down, he is
available.
Yeah,
He's like
right here.
he's under Thompson.
You just
You
under
scroll down.
Thompson.
If you scroll down, he's between Thompson and Delp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look. NA.
Oh, so maybe he's injured or some shit. I don't know. Yeah, mine says NA too. Hold on.
Yeah.
Injuries caused wants to go undrafted. Blah, 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 torn ACL. So maybe he's coming into the season with the injury
But why would
hanging
they?
over it.
If you can draft Garrett Nussmeier, why can't you draft Le'Veon Moss?
You can draft him. He's just listed as not available to play.
Is this draft button?
No, it says watch. It doesn't even have a draft button.
Oh, I can't see that
Well,
part.
go to the thing. Is it not on the list of players? Is it not draft next to his name?
Okay, maybe it will let me draft him there.
You should be able to draft him. He's
Yeah.
NA. I think this his availability to actually play football this moment.
Okay, well, maybe that's it. So that might be my pick because
You got to fucking draft him now. We went through all that.
I mean, hear
it's
me
either
out.
Le'Veon Moss or Oscar Delp. If Devon Achane goes
I like
down,
Delp's opportunity.
yeah, definitely.
You think he's going to beat out Ollie?
Yeah,
Yeah, Ollie Gordon
yeah,
for Miami.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why wouldn't he?
I don't know. I like Ollie Gordon. I think
Well,
he's
you love
a
those-
decent back.
Yeah, you love those UDFAs.
I don't even know what that means, but yes, that's
Undrafted
probably
free
true.
agent. The problem with Delp is he didn't do a ton of college, but he ran a 4.49 40.
Yeah,
Because he was blocking.
yeah.
He's a great pass blocker.
It means he's not going to get a ton of passes.
He was compared to Brock Bowers, though. He was supposed to be the next Brock Bowers, but the game plan didn't quite go that way.
Is he a Georgia guy?
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah.
now it all makes sense.
It all makes
He's a great
sense.
player. I'm actually
He's
taking.
like Big O then.
Yeah. Howard O.
No. Didn't they call what's his name that plays with the Steelers now? That was a Georgia tight end, the huge tight end.
Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his number 0 in college. I thought they called him Big O.
I don't recall anybody calling him that.
No, all
Maybe
right.
somebody did.
Well, that's what I fucking called him.
Daniel
Yeah.
called him that all the time.
Yeah. Maybe they did.
But wasn't his number 0? Pretty sure his number was 0 in college.
Dude, I do not remember. Maybe it was. I don't recall. I didn't wait. Is there any? Yeah. There are zeros in college. Yeah, I don't remember if he wore 0 or not.
I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah,
Go ahead and make
definitely.
your pick.
So you're drafting who here?
I'm taking Le'Veon Moss.
Okay.
All right. Tell us about Le'Veon Moss.
Well, like I said, if Devon Achane goes down, he's slotted in as the number 2. And maybe it'll be Ollie Gordon at the very first of the season, taking that number 2 spot. But eventually, I think Le'Veon Moss is going to take over. And if Devon Achane does get an injury, and
win.
Yeah, it really is win.
He doesn't win. He doesn't miss the whole season, but he's going to miss 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
And by the way, his Washington's number was 0 in college. So.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember that, but
Well,
what running back in the NFL doesn't have an injury at some
that's a
point?
fair
Derrick
point.
Henry.
He's missed games before.
I don't want to say any more names because I don't want him to get hurt.
Very, very, very.
Well, that's all we're going to do on this draft. As far as we're not going to do.
You don't
want
to pick up Jam Miller
No.
after I just bashed him.
Stripling did go
But-
at the 401 and Delp did go at the 402.
But if you grab Adam Randall, if Derrick Henry does get an injury, you have their next back.
There you go.
Just saying.
Well, let's real quick. Do you, Bus, have, before we shut it all down, do you have a deep dive, somebody to look at in the last rounds of your rookie drafts, a guy that you just want to throw on your benches
Yes,
pick?
absolutely.
All right, give me 1 or 2 deep dive picks.
Eli Heidenreich.
I don't even know what you just said.
Y'all
said
are not
Eli
wrestling fans.
Heidenreich.
No. Oh,
So y'all don't remember Heidenreich.
no.
He
I
had-
mean, Baker used to be a wrestling
I
fan.
used to back. Well,
Yeah, this was in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Baker's
so-
mom was hardcore back in
she
the day.
still is. She
Oh,
watches every one of them to date right now.
No one loves wrestling more than grandmas.
My mom has seen every wrestling match since it started. back. I'm not like she was telling me stories about her dad taking her to wrestling matches before it was televised because they didn't have TVs.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was
That's
like
the way it was back in the day.
that's what I'm saying. Because they didn't have TVs. Yeah, she's telling me stories about how they would travel hundreds of thousands of miles to go watch wrestling.
Hundreds of thousands.
Well, I'm talking about all the trip
They would
combined.
They would go to Antarctica.
Well,
Fuck are you traveling?
half the time
Goddamn
they drive to the place and have to
Russia?
drive back because they forgot their money or something. I don't know.
Siberia?
I don't know the stories. You know how grandmas do? They lie. I don't know.
both ways in the snow barefoot.
Swim across-
Hundreds of thousands of miles.
Swim across the Bering Strait. You know, they'd get there though.
Oh God.
But Eli Heidenreich, he was drafted day 3. It was either the 6th or 7th round. I don't remember, but he is a guy that the
What is
city,
he? What position does he play?
running
Running
back.
back
Okay.
for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's out of Army, I believe. Is it Army or Navy? Where did he? Navy. Just a guy that the city is absolutely nuts for. They really want to see this guy, and as we know in Pittsburgh, it's not Tomlin anymore, but they do tend to give the fans what they want.
Oh, yeah.
That's why James Conner was there first, because he came right out of Pittsburgh, and the fans just demanded it, and he eventually got the spot.
Kenny Pickett too. They went after
Yeah,
him
you
because he
go.
played for
Yeah. Yeah, so I think eventually he's going to get a spot to start.
6 foot 206. I mean,
He was actually really good in college. So.
well, and they
I mean,
have
he
him-
went to a triple option school, so there's that.
Yeah.
Supposedly, he's listed on their actual depth chart as wide receiver / running back. So
Yeah.
there's a good
Oh, yeah,
opportunity
he's-
on either
yeah.
side of this. So
He played
that's
both.
it's intriguing.
I mean, it's triple option, so then that's
yeah,
why.
yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
he's really good.
I'll give one. Marlon Klein, tight end, went to the Texans. He's not somebody I think you're going to get a lot out of this year, but he is a developmental prospect that I think could potentially find some touches and whatnot at tight end for the Texans. There is a need there, kind of, sort of. You get Schultz there. Cade Stover really hasn't shown much to step up and be anything special. So I like Klein a little bit with that, and we're talking late round. Like the odds are they're not going to make it. But if you're just looking for somebody throwing a taxi squad and say, hey, maybe in a couple seasons this guy does it, and so whatnot. Baker, do you have a late round? You just want to throw a name against Wall, see if it sticks?
I was not told I needed to find some Baker's bottoms this early, but
Nope, I did not. This is cold right
I
here.
can play. I could play a little bit.
I
Of
know.
this. I've been grabbing Deion Burks in a lot of drafts.
That's a good pick.
It's a decent fit. I'm not sold on Alec Pierce being the main
I'm
guy.
not either.
Yeah.
They're paying this dude to be $1 million, and he's
Alec
half
Pierce
that,
has
so-
not shown me. I mean, last year he had a good year, but he has not shown me he's a true number one receiver.
And this he's a little smaller than I typically like, but I mean, there's so much opportunity. If they can get Daniel Jones back out there half what he was last year,
Yeah.
he's going to throw the ball around, and I think it could be an equal
We'll love the
opportunity.
season,
so-
baby.
It was
Yeah.
crazy. He fell to
Oh, wait
the
a minute.
last round.
Will Levis doesn't play for the
No, he
Colts.
doesn't. But and you know what? You
I
need to
didn't even
clip
catch
that.
that.
I hope you clip the Will Levis season, baby. We need to have that as a soundbite because you've never said that before.
And I'll never
I've
say it
drank
again.
mayonnaise in my coffee.
You did.
Because I said it once.
I said it out of jest,
And it didn't
for the
work.
wrong team.
But this guy's. I mean, there's a lot of open opportunity with this. He was drafted late, but he
was projected as high as the second round.
and he ran
Yeah.
a 4.3 flat at the combine. He's super athletic.
Lame. I ran a 4.2 flat.
That's because you fell flat, and they had to drag you the rest of the way.
That
so
was the 6 feet dash.
Yes. Yeah, I ran 4.2.
he went. It took him 4 seconds to fall 6 feet forward, and he's 6'3".
6'4", sir.
You're shrinking,
Well,
but that's the only.
in more ways than one.
I've been grabbing him a lot, and a lot of late. People aren't going after him. I don't know why, but I think this.
Who's he play for?
He's with the Colts.
That's right, because you hope Daniel
That's
Jones
where
can
Alec
be
Pierce
half as
is.
what he used to.
And Daniel Jones. Yeah, Alec Pierce.
I'm catching up
And,
to the
you
whole
know,
conversation now.
And Josh Downs is there, and he's kind of there. But I mean, this guy can come in as a 3 and work his way into the 2-3. pretty easily. I
Gotcha.
think, so.
I'll tell you
There's not
this
a lot
though,
of-
I'm excited about Josh Downs.
Yeah,
I am too.
he could definitely
I am too.
show up.
I've been trying to get him in trades, and the problem is that there are other people who are also excited.
That's true
about
too.
Josh Downs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which leads me into what next week's going to be. Next week, I'm going to give you guys a heads up. What I'd like to do next week is we can talk about some trade for and some trade away guys in our estimation. We'll each come up with our own one or two guys that we think you should be trading for, and a couple guys you need to get the fuck away from. And so, if y'all want to think about that throughout the week, and we'll hit on that. Outside of that, y'all got anything before we close this bad boy down?
Yeah, don't sleep on Kalen Black, also running back for San Francisco, because right now he's projected to be the number 2 behind Christian McCaffrey.
Yes.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on that. That's always a valuable position to have. So, like I say, if anything we say or do helps you get to that average place in your leagues, that means we did our job, because when you finish average, you don't finish last. So we hope y'all have a good one, and we will talk to you on the flip side.
Later.
Deuces.
Holla.
Welcome to
Hold up. I thought I nailed that shit too. I thought I nailed it. Hold on. Here
You
we go.
did.